Welcome back to the ticket setup series. In today's session, we're going to focus in on how to configure and edit the out-of-the-box ticket help card that we present inside of Ticket Virtual Agent. So Ticket Virtual Agent is the self-service home for the end user. This is where end users can receive updates for tickets that they've submitted, also be able to create tickets, access knowledge, and kick off business processes. There's a couple of ways that an end user can do that. The first is, and as you've seen through working through the system, the ability for the end user to ask questions to Ticket Virtual Agent and receive responses. So if the end user were to say, I need the Wi-Fi password, Ticket Virtual Agent will search our knowledge engine, and if we have Wi-Fi password, we would provide it. Another example might be kicking off a new hire process. Need to hire an employee. This will search our knowledge engine, which will bring back the service request form to fulfilling a new hire process. And this searching is a really natural way for employees to ask questions and receive AI knowledge responses from your knowledge base. Now, another way that your employees can interact with Ticket Virtual Agent is through this help experience. Now, what you're seeing here is when an employee or an end user types the word help, they're receiving back the out-of-the-box help card. Now, this is what we provide out of the box, which is just examples of things you can ask Ticket Virtual Agent to see your open tickets or open a specific ticket, things like that. Now, if you want to edit this help card, we give you a whole slew of options that allow for you not only to edit all of the words in the copy of the help card, but also create a menu of offerings that let your employees select buttons that can initiate new tickets, access knowledge, kick off business processes. And what we're going to do next is we're actually going to go edit the out-of-the-box help card to configure some of those options. So to edit this help card, what you're going to do, you're going to go to the Ticket Agent portal, so to web.ticket.ai, and then you're going to go over to the settings area. And in bot configuration, scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the help card area. And this is where you can edit the out-of-the-box help card. So here's all the out-of-the-box content. And what I'm going to do is just kind of give you some examples of how to use some of the major pieces of this editing experience. And I'm going to actually transition to a different environment to show you maybe what's possible and kind of a bigger picture end result. So the first thing is I can edit the title, the header of that help card. So maybe I call this the Setup Series Service Catalog. Catalog. Okay. And then in my environment, I typically like to present things as sections of common information. And in this setup environment, I've created two departments. I've created an IT department and an HR department. So maybe I want to start fleshing out different departments. So I'll first do an intro sentence that says, here are some common requests you can create across IT and HR. Yes, correctly. Okay. So then I'm going to leave these commands here just to give some examples for end users to type. That all works. Okay. So then I'll say IT for my first section. I'll just bold that to imply that it's a section. And then what I'll do is I'll start to either type more words to provide more color around what's happening in the section, or I might now start to add the buttons. So the next thing I'll do here is I'll add a button and I'll select new ticket. So maybe I just want the ability for the end user to just click on a button to create a new ticket. And I'll call this new IT ticket. Now what you're going to see here is I also have the option to set the team. So I have two teams deployed here in my environment, IT and HR. So this will be an IT ticket. And what this is going to do is going to default the team selected on this button to IT. And you'll see this in the end results once we actually save this and interact with it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a knowledge article, because maybe in IT a common request is the Wi-Fi password, and I have a knowledge article that would provide that Wi-Fi password. So I'll say Wi-Fi info, and I'll get a list of all of my knowledge articles here. And these are all the first phrases that are presented in my knowledge phrases that I have set up in the knowledge area. And the idea here is that when you select this knowledge article, not only will it link it to the button, but when you press the button, it actually will show you the first phrase to the end user, so they know next time if they just want to type what is the Wi-Fi password, it will also bring back that knowledge article. Again, you'll see this in practice. It's okay here. The next thing I want to highlight here is I can also link this to different commands, templates, or URLs. So I'm actually going to go out of order here just to kind of keep the grouping, the theme. And maybe I'm done with my IT section and I have an HR section. Just bold here. And then for my add button here, I'm going to do a new ticket, a new HR ticket. So type HR here. And then, I don't have a huge knowledge base in this kind of setup environment. So the other thing that I have as HR specific is kicking off that new hire process. So I'll add a new button here. Now I have the option to do this in two different ways. If I have a knowledge article that is linked to my new hire template, which I do, I could choose to use that. Now, sometimes you're going to have templates that may not be linked to knowledge articles. And if that's the case, you don't have to use a knowledge article. You can actually go straight to the template. And what you'll see here is I'll see a list of all my templates, and I can just select a template which will link to that form that the end user needs to fill out to submit, in this example, the new hire process. So I'll use this as the example so you can kind of see the difference as I'm interacting with it. And I'll say new hire request. Okay, some other things that I may want to highlight, some other resources. And then the next thing I want to do, maybe instead of the end user typing see tickets, which would show them all their open tickets, maybe I want to provide a button that says show me my requests. So I'll click on my requests here and use status of your tickets. I'll put a button there. And then last thing I want to do is maybe I want to link out to a URL. Now, this can link out to anywhere. I'm going to link out to the request portal just to give an example. But this can link out to a SharePoint site, another form, a website that may be referenceable for context in a certain department or a certain area. This is the end user portal for tickets. So okay. The other thing I want to highlight here is that these icons represent context to what these buttons do. So new ticket is new ticket icon. This Wi-Fi info is a knowledge article that has knowledge data. So we're presenting a knowledge icon, where a new hire request that is associated with a knowledge template or directly linked to a template would bring back a form, which is why we're represented with a form. Status of your tickets is kind of showing you that you're going to get back your tickets, an iconography there. And the request portal is kind of implying that you're going to a URL here. I may not love the end result here. This is very easy to come back and edit and play with. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to go ahead and click save here. Now that this is saved, I can now interact with it. So what I'll do is I'll go back to Teams here, and I'll go back to the Ticket Virtual Agent. I'll type help. And you'll see a different experience in my help card here. So you'll see my title here, some of the words I use, the different sections here, and we'll now interact with these buttons to kind of highlight the differences. So here's a new IT ticket. So I'm issuing the new ticket command, and this will default the team to IT, whereas had I chosen a new HR ticket, Still the same new ticket command, but I'm defaulting it to HR. I'm going to actually initiate the new ticket command so you can see the difference. So I'm doing new ticket here. And what you'll see here is it's going to default to the default team. In my environment, it's IT. So you're forcing the end user down a channel for the respective team where you want them to create a ticket. Now I'll just type help here to bring back the help menu. And some other examples. So we have a knowledge article here. So we'll type select Wi-Fi info. You see how that first phrase from that knowledge article is sent to the end user, letting them know that if they want to type this next time, this is a way to get this article back. It drops them into their usual flow of knowledge experience, but here is the Wi-Fi password. Now, when I select new hire request here, this is going straight to the template. It's not using a knowledge article. So you're not actually going to see a command to actually type to bring this back, but this is just going to bring back the form. So a little bit different of experience, and it really comes down to how you want to present information to your end users. And let me just type help again and bring back the help menu. And the great thing about this is that no matter where your end users are in the experience, they can type help and bring back the help menu to bring in context what you want to present to them across your business. Last couple items I want to show you here is status of your tickets. It's going to show you the command status of my request, and here's all my open tickets. And then the last one here is the request portal. This is going to be a URL that's going to open up a new tab that takes me to whatever URL I specify. So this is going to go to the end user portal here. Now, this setup environment doesn't have a ton of data. It's enough to show you how to set this up. I'm going to travel over to my other environment, my demo environment, to kind of give you a bigger example of what may be a possible end result. So I'll flip over here. So just like before, I'll type help here. This will bring back the help menu. And this is a much larger multi-team, multi-department experience. I call my business Ktomer, just kind of an internal name. I also call it a service catalog here. But you can see just some nice friendly words segmenting the different departments and different common requests. Now I have a lot more knowledge, a lot more templates here. So this is just a menu of some of the offerings. You can choose to publish all of them on this help card. You could choose to publish just some of them. It depends on how you want to design and facilitate this to your end users and how you want that experience to feel. But the same end result is I want to present to my end users across these different departments, these different common ways to create tickets, maybe some knowledge articles, some business processes that would drive, forms that would drive different business processes. Okay, well, this is where we'll end this session. Really hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, please email team@tikit.ai.